Cheers. Oh, what's going on? I got buffering going on over here. Cut. My internet got cut off. This computer, I did what's called a restart and put it back to original parameters because I was having some issues with something, and it straightened that problem out. Now as soon as I don't use it for a second, it disconnects from this network. I have to keep reconnecting it, so I got to go back through and make this my preferred network, I guess, at some point. So it's Sunday, February 1st, 2026. Cheers. So I just been sitting here contemplating a modification that I've been thinking about doing since I built this stove, but I've always been so damn busy working. A lot of my ideas never really came to fruition, and one of them would be that I would put in a fresh air makeup. So you can see the stove and the pipe, and then there's a dampener valve put into the pipe, and then outside would be a diffuser that would stop the wind. So basically I would bring a piece of exhaust pipe, I'm thinking 4-inch exhaust pipe, would come through, and then I could get like an elbow, turn it into the stove. Then I'll have to make, like I said, a throttle valve inside the damper. And that will stop me from pulling air out of the inside of the house. Because although it's making a lot of heat, it's taking a lot of air out of the house, which creates a vacuum, which brings cold air in under the doors. So you don't get total efficiency that you would if you have fresh air makeup. And that's something, like I said, I've known about and been planning on doing for years. And you'll actually get more buck for your wood because, like I said, the air that's coming in under that door to make up the air that's going out the chimney is cold air from outside. If it was just taking the cold air, putting it in the air box, into the firebox, obviously. But I got to make it so that the wind doesn't push it. And another thing that I'm going to have to do is install some sort of a glass eye so I can actually see how the flame is doing. So I'm going to have to put a piece of glass in. Boy, this Led Zeppelin song is really crazy. Jimmy Page playing his guitar with a violin string. So anyway, where was I? Thinking a glass eye in this area, because when I open the door, generally it only goes to about right there, so I could put a glass eye right in here somewhere where I can see the flame. So that's probably what I'm going to do, is get it's really thick glass, tempered glass I believe it is, and I'll drill a hole and I'll put that in with furnace cement. On this valve, I have to make what's called compression fittings. So there'll be a pin that goes through the pipe, and where it comes out of the pipe, I have to weld a couple of nuts and then make like a plate that screws down, and that tightens down around your the insulation, the fiberglass insulation that you use for like the doors and stuff like that. So that's not hard to make. I've made all that stuff before. It's just a matter of getting over to the parts store and buying the pipe, making the diffuser where it goes into the stove on the inside. I'm going to have to figure out some kind of way to keep it sealed. So I'm thinking another compression. So I would bring it in and then flare. Once I got it inside, I'm thinking I would just bring my torch in heat the pipe and then flare the pipe once it's already through and on the inside. Then I can drill through that flare and also put that same rope. So that's kind of the little details I got to work out, is like that area. But if I flare the pipe once it's already through the side of the stove, put a nice flare on it, then I can drill that, have 3 or 4 bolts, and have a rope gasket that would be smushed in there. Same as I did the top of it the same way. I made a flange. And then you can see the rope sticking out. That's a double line of rope. And what I did was I took furnace cement and I glued the rope down before I installed that pipe. So that pipe is not leaking any smoke at all. It's totally sealed with a double gasket. On this one I didn't need it because this pipe really no smoke ever comes out of there. The pipe sticks all the way in over to here, so it doesn't really have an issue. But this stove works so good. It's only the issue, like I said, is that I'm bringing in that cold air from outside. You can see that snow hasn't moved. We got some flurries going on right now. Let me put this up. I can see out this window. Looks like I need to clean my windows. So we got some flurries going on right now. 48's buried in a glacier over there. You know, if there wasn't so much snow on the ground, I would probably start that truck. But right now the air is pretty dry, so I'm not worried about not starting it after a while. It's been a pretty dry winter, except for like 1 week when we had rain. So you see what's going on here, guys? Let me just get us some more music. So you can see the fan blowing in the back there. It takes all the heat from the ceiling, sends it on down. Moby, my whale, and the whaling ship up above. I was going to put one more shelf up above here, above the Eagle there, and maybe put some more antiques up there. I have plenty of room up there. Just one of those things, you know, I want to do, and I seem to, it's like this year I was going to remodel. I was going to replace the carpet and stuff in my apartment. I just went and bought carpet for 2 apartments and none for mine. So you see what's going on here, guys. Sunday brunch is, sorry to say, it's hot dogs and beans today, buddy. I bought a family pack of hot dogs, and they've been in there a little while, so we're going to finish them up. So come on over. Later on, you can go visit Chewy if you got gas. Out from Rusty, Rhode Island, guys. Hope you're enjoying your day, and I hope I can get my ass in gear and get this fresh air makeup system installed on here within. My mailbox is still sitting in the garage, but I got to pour concrete, and I can't exactly pour concrete base this time of year. I'm thinking maybe I'll pour it inside the garage. The apartment is pretty much done. I got a little work left. I got to replace the weather stripping on the front door. That's the last thing, so I got to run over to the hardware store and pick up the strips. That's a pretty simple fix. It takes about an hour. The guy was supposed to be here last night. He was a no-show again, so it looks like I got 2 other people that were interested. I hope I didn't lose them, because if this guy's a no-show, I got backup, hopefully. Out from Rusty, Rhode Island. See y'all in Bad Chad's Garage, and don't forget to watch Jono. He finally got a video out. Jono, I left a comment about reading your spark plug. That should give you some clues. You probably already know it. Later.